James 1:7. That person should not expect to receive anything from the Lord. This is one of those more sobering verses in the early part of James, and it might sound harsh if you take it out of context. But James isn't trying to shame. He's trying to warn and wake us up to a deeper reality. He's just described the doubting person, the one whose loyalty is divided, whose posture is hesitant, whose life is split between wanting God and wanting their own way. Now he says something that should make us pause. That person should not expect to receive anything from the Lord. But this isn't about emotional insecurity or theological anxiety. James isn't saying God is stingy. He is not saying that if you ever question or wrestle, God is done with you. He's continuing the thought that he started in verse 6. A life of double allegiance, a life that asks without surrendering, isn't in a position to receive. This isn't a transaction. It's a truth about posture. When our heart is split, when our will is divided, and we approach God like a backup plan rather than the only plan, we're not open to what he actually wants to give. It's not that God's not giving. It's that we're not able or willing to receive it. James is pushing us to examine our orientation. It's the same message Jesus gave when he said, "You can't serve two masters. You'll hate one and love the other." It's echoed in Amos, "Can two walk together unless they are in agreement?" And it's rooted in the same idea James has already begun to unpack: wholeness, integrity. So what do? We start by getting honest, not about how much faith we feel, but about where our loyalty lies. Are we approaching God with a heart that wants his wisdom, his will, even if it costs us something? Are we asking while still holding on to control? James isn't condemning weakness, but he's confronting duplicity, and he's laying the groundwork for the rest of the letter, where again and again he'll contrast real faith with a false version of faith. Faith with works versus faith with words. Blessing and cursing coming from the same mouth. Desires that war within us. The question he's asking here will echo throughout. Is your life integrated, or are you split? But remember this: conviction is an invitation, not a condemnation. If you feel the Spirit highlighting some split in you, some hesitation, some doubt-mindedness, it's not too late. It's a moment of return, to surrender, to reorient your heart. And when we do, we'll find that God is not only willing to give, but that he's already reaching out. Hey, if you haven't already watched the teaching on James 1:6, I really encourage you to go back and check it out. These verses build on each other, and verse 7 only makes sense when you see how James defines doubt and what it means to ask in faith. And if you're just joining us now, we're walking through the book of James, verse by verse, nice and slow, no rush, letting the word read us as much as we read it. So follow along and make sure to catch verse 8, where James brings this opening section to a powerful conclusion. See you there.